Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to yet another episode. This is Alex, and I'm here with my father, Franco.
Yep, yeah.
And this is the Feliz Energy Podcast. In this particular episode, we are going to be discussing the social dynamics of dating. This is going to be a good couple of episodes, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get into how we can use communication, effective communication, to enjoy the dating life that we desire, to manifest that for ourselves as men and as women.
That's correct. Eventually meeting the one.
Yes.
Because I think that's ultimately the goal, right? Is to meet that one that completely fulfills you. And that's what dating is all about, is to weed out the airheads, the knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to get to that person that you're looking for, right? So we're going to talk about approach, what things to do, what not to do, and what we know from personal experience that works, and definitely what doesn't work.
Right. And, you know, our language is very important. The way that we express ourselves, the way that we carry ourselves, particularly as men.
Right.
And we'll speak predominantly from a man's perspective because we're men. We're not here to speak for women. But we know that as men that live in their sovereignty, men that lead their lives by living their truth, we will have the most positive impact and effect on the women that we engage with, on the women in our lives. And as you were saying, in terms of weeding out those who are not in alignment with our spirit, with our energy, I feel that a lot of life, especially for a man of my age, a young man, is about exploration. You know, you want to have your values set in place. You want to understand what is most important to you. What are you going to allow in your life? What are you going to accept in your life? Are you going to accept drama? Are you going to accept all of these other negative qualities that people that are not in alignment with truth, that are not in alignment with beauty, with love, and all of these other positive qualities? You'll see clearly what it is that you're going to accept and what you are not going to accept. So having that clear,
right.
Let's start from the beginning, right? You see an attractive woman. You want to connect with her. And I don't even like to use the word approach. I know that's a common word that's used, but let's look at the context of that word, because here is where a lot of men are already setting themselves up to feel tension, to step into an anxious situation, to be nervous from the get-go. The word approach is something that is like in anticipation of a problem or in anticipation of a threat. You approach a problem. You approach a threat. You approach a lion, for example. You approach a tiger. As a man, you don't approach a woman. You connect with her. You begin speaking with her. How do you start that conversation? Start using more positive words like that. Start eliminating words that are going to trigger anxiety, that are going to trigger nervousness.
Well, let's go a little bit further than that, a little bit farther than that or further. When you see someone that's attractive, even before you decide to step up to them and ask for a name or start a conversation, there has to be some sort of sign that lets you know that it is okay to approach. Or let's forget the word approach, that it is okay for you to come up to them. A look, a smile, connection, eye-to-eye contact. Something has to let you know, yeah, it is okay, because women, one thing about women are not subtle when it comes to that kind of stuff. If a woman finds you attractive and a woman finds you appealing, in one way, shape, or form, she's going to let you know, yes, it is okay. Because sometimes women have that get the hell out of my face look. I'm not here for socializing.
Yeah.
And that's the last person you want to approach, especially if she's had a bad day.
Right.
So make sure that, for example, you look at her, see if she looks at you. If she waves her hair, there's certain subtleties that women will do. Cross their legs, moves her hair to the side, blinks her eyes at you, do the eye-to-eye contact. They will let you know.
Right. And it really just comes down to awareness. I mean, as simple as that. It's just being aware of the situation, being aware of the circumstances of the situation, paying attention to her, listening to her, all of that. These are just synonyms, because what it all comes down to is feeling.
Right.
Feel the energy in the situation.
Intuition.
Correct.
Intuition. Use your intuition. Walk by her. See if she looks at you. Even if you don't look at her, have your friend look at her. So as if you walking by her, you don't look at her because you don't want to obviously scare her off or whatever. But she will look up and see you walk by. And then when you come back to your friend, you ask him or her, did she look? And if she did in a certain way, then that lets you know it is okay to go talk to them.
Right. And, what is she wearing? Is her dress subdued? Is her outfit subdued? Is she wearing all black? Is she wearing like jogging pants? Like, is she not in a mood to interact with the world? Is she going through a bad day? Take all of that into consideration. You have a lot of pickup artists, teachers, that teach, just go talk to 100 women today. It doesn't matter, what they're feeling like. Don't take any of that into consideration to start conversations with over 100 women.
No, that's the wrong approach.
That makes no sense at all.
Well, it's a waste of time.
Yes, it is.
But that's a waste of time. And we all have 24 hours. We all have 24 hours. Nobody has time for that.
Right.
You want to approach the person that you know, almost certain, that's going to talk back to you. And it's very simple. When you ask a woman, hi, how are you? What's your name? And if she says Anna, and she does not say, what's your name? Then guess what? She's not interested.
Exactly.
Don't voluntarily give your name.
Right.
Hey, what's your name? Anna. Oh, my name is Franco. Nah. No, she
sucker.
Yeah. She has to show interest. And believe me, what I'm telling you, women will show interest.
Right.
They do. They will, if they're interested. But you don't know if that woman is married. You don't know if she's wearing a ring on her index finger just to keep men away.
Exactly.
Especially if she's good looking. Good looking women get approached by fools every day.
And that ring is basically telling
it's a deterrent.
The suckers.
Yes.
Stay away.
Stay away.
I'm not trying to deal with you.
Right. Have yourself together. Now, when it comes to dating, let's go into dating. Right? First date, so important. And most men go in with the approach of, man, I'm going to take her out, dinner, movie, and then I'm going to get some. Nah. That is not the approach. That is not the approach. Unless you're going to date or you're going to go out with a complete freak. Those are out there.
Right.
But if you're looking for someone long term, then you want to use your time wisely. Why spend 2-3 hours of your life that you will never get back with a person that has no interest or genuine interest in you? That's just dumb.
Right.
Let me try to convince her that I'm good enough. That is not the approach. It should be completely the opposite, believe it or not. And most men do not understand this. It should be, let me see if she's the one that I want to be with. She needs to prove to you, as a sovereign man, that she is worth your time.
Right.
This is 100% facts. You're not there to prove your point or to prove yourself to her. She needs to prove to you that she is worth it, that she is worth your time and your money. Because guess what? She's not paying for the date. She's not paying for dinner. She's not paying for wine. You are.
You, in other words, must be the CEO of your life.
Without a doubt.
You are the one taking the initiative, and you are the one also filtering. What qualities is she displaying? Is she displaying the values of someone that I want to spend time with? And you brought up initially the desire to be with someone long term, right? That's one purpose.
Right.
But most men my age are not looking for that, right? Most people my age are not looking for that.
Right,
are not looking for marriage. They're not looking for a long-term situation. But the thing is, we are living in a society that judges you if you want anything outside of that paradigm. Unfortunately.
Well,
right.
In that instance, then that needs to be set up front.
Right. And that was my next point. Our communication is important.
Right.
Most men are setting incorrect expectations on the women that they're dealing with out of fear of judgment, out of fear of losing that woman, when that is not important. What's important is you staying true to what your program is and making clear what your program is to the woman that you're dealing with.
Because if not, you seem wishy-washy.
That's
you seem
it.
like a player. You seem like everything that's worse under the sun. And even before you get to that first date, there has to be an exchange of numbers. Right?
That's it.
Things that you don't want to do as a man is text a woman all day. You
Right.
cannot be texting a woman all day. If you text her one time, she responds, keep in mind the response time. If you text her at 10 a.m. and she responds to you at 4, do not respond to her right away.
And you know, this is not like a tactic. This is not like, no, you as a man should be naturally busy at
That's
4 o'clock.
right. Yes.
What are you doing at that time?
Right.
You should have a schedule that you have where you allot certain time to read your messages, to connect with everyone else. Otherwise, you are about something. You are doing something. You are busy, right?
You're about a purpose. You have a purpose.
And it's evident. You know, when a man is not about anything and he's acting like he is, that's apparent.
Yes.
When a man is genuinely busy, because here's the truth, ladies. You're either going to deal with a busy man that is successful, or you're going to be dealing with a bum sucker that is not about. I can't put it any better than that. I mean, a straight sucker jack. All right, it doesn't get any simpler than that.
That is right. Women want to be challenged.
Exactly.
A woman that finds a man that's easy to get to or easy to manipulate, guess what's going to happen? She's going to drop you like a bad cold.
Right.
Why? Women have plenty of choices. Don't be fooled by that. Whether she's not that attractive or super attractive, all women have something that a man wants. A woman will get approached 10 times a day, 5 times a day. By the time the weekend comes, she has her pick of the litter. Guess who she's going to try to contact? It's the man who actually she feels is about his purpose. Because all the other fools are texting her, what are you doing? Where are you going? How you doing tonight? Then they become the texting buddy.
Worst text ever. WYD ? What are you doing? Worst text ever. Man, if you're doing that, you've already failed.
You failed.
You failed. And you know, we're gonna backpedal a little bit to the exchange of numbers in the first place. If you're a man that is establishing his program, if you're a man that is the CEO of your life, you are not going to ask the woman for her phone number.
No.
You are going to give your phone number to the woman. You are going to allow her the opportunity to reciprocate.
Right.
You're going to allow her on her time, because you acknowledge she's got her own things to do. She will reach back out to you as a man if she's interested in you.
Right.
That is a fact.
And then once that happens, let's make this very clear. Once she reaches out, your job as a man is not to have a conversation via text. Let's get that clear. Your job is to establish a conversation with a few words that will establish when can we get together.
It's very concise. It's very simple. You don't want to leave all of your cards on the table via text. That is so weak.
Well, you don't have anything to talk about by the time you go on your first date.
Right. And you know, it's part of all of the intricacies of being a man that is quote unquote mysterious, a man that is different, right? And it comes with that. And another thing that's happening when you're giving your phone number as a man to the woman is you are displaying indifference. Indifference is the difference that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Why is that the case? Because you're a man that potentially has other prospects, and that will drive a woman nuts.
Yes.
Especially if you perceive yourself to be a very attractive woman. This man doesn't have the time.
No, he doesn't.
He's got other things going on. He's got it going on.
Yes, he has a purpose in life.
Exactly. And he's not faking it either.
No.
That's genuinely who he is. Yeah. That's why he is giving his number to me.
Yeah. Be about something.
Exactly.
A man has to be about something. A man has to be about his purpose. A man should not always be at the back end call a woman's text or call. Let's make that very clear. Men need to be mysterious. Men need to keep things to themselves until it's time to actually say what they need to say.
Right.
Because one thing that men will do, and most men will do, is talk too much. And when a man talks too much, he tends to put his foot in his mouth.
And we're not saying that because you can't have lengthy conversations, or you can have endless conversations. But when you start running out of substance, when your words don't carry any weight, when there's nothing backing up your words, because it's not even the words. Men ask, what do I say? Or how do I say this? Or how do I express that? Or what do I say next? That's not the point. You're missing the entire point. Your energy, the substance behind what you are saying, is what matters more than anything else.
Correct. And women like to talk. By nature, women love talking. Let her talk.
Correct.
She should be doing 80% of the talking, not the texting. Because if you find yourself in a situation where you're texting back and forward, you lost.
Yep, that's it. You've
I
already
promise you failed.
Mm-hmm. You've already put yourself in that category of being like the other man.
That's
being like
correct.
The rest of the man.
Yes. When you go on a date with a woman that she chose you to go out with, first you want to make sure that she's completely interested. You name the place. You want to meet here. Let's meet here. Let's change that. Let's meet at Atlantic Station, 7 p.m., such and such place.
That's it. I mean,
that's it.
You are establishing the program.
You leading that conversation, and women want to be led. I promise you, women do not want to plan when it comes to dating or a date. They want you to do the planning. It needs to be about fun, getting to know each other, having a good time. And if you can turn one date into 2 or 3 dates, for example, dinner, bowling, a little dancing, that's 3 dates in one. And it's all about having fun. At the end of the date, move on. You got to get up in the morning. Do not linger. Do not do any of that. You need to understand, and she needs to understand, that you are about something. It was great seeing you. Excellent. Give her a kiss. I always go, that's the other thing. Always go for the kiss. Always. If she gives you the cheek, done. Do not try for a second date. Don't.
That's it.
These are facts.
That's it. Yeah.
That is 100% facts. As a man, you need to go for the kiss each and every time.
It's just dominance, and it's taking charge. Again, your woman has to feel that you are in control of the situation.
Right, and leave. Do not linger. Don't have a 1 or 2 hour conversation. Now, will that happen every once in a while? Yes, of course. There's always exception.
And it's all up to you as the man. It's the energy that you're bringing to the situation. That is what will turn a woman on.
Yes.
And when it comes to these kinds of things, we'll definitely add more in the next episode. This was like a surface level introduction to the social dynamics of dating, but we're going to get into it in next episode. Y'all are going to love this next episode. We are definitely going to go much deeper when it comes to the power of a man who establishes the program on deeper elements, and how at times a woman's ego may be triggered, but it's always for the betterment of that woman. How you're going to have a woman see past her preconceived notions, her worldview, and encouraging her to become a better woman, a better person.
And to stand out, to as a man, to stand out amongst the rest, to be that 3% man, not the 97.
Without trying, because it's just who you are. All right, Feliz family. We'll wrap it up for now. And until next time,
always remember, if you don't live to serve, then you don't deserve to live.